And also the V93 of Travis Miller. Don't forget our transferees from our B Main 1 and B Main 2. Victoria 43, 38 and 34. Also the VX72, 67 on S17. Rory Button makes the grade as we're set for a start. It is the A Main, the Summer Slam. We're back straight. Watch for Broom. He sits 5th. Sam Wren chucking laps. Had a chat to Sam earlier about Racing King's Challenge. Heinrich, your leader. Pedersen now slots himself in. We're down the back chute this time. 23.5 to run. Watch for Broom. Was very happy with the car. Heinrich. Pedersen. Back to McDonald. I think you find McDonald still sitting back there in position number 3. But it's Heinrich, your leader. Go back to McDonald. As we roll down the back chute. Still your leader is Heinrich. Joel Heinrich in the SA number 16. As we got a couple around and we got one over. In fact, one upside down. We see congestion. That's what happens when cars park in the middle. Peter Logue also pulling up. Rory Button pulls up in the 17. 22 from home. Anything can happen. Oops. Little bit of rack 'em and stack 'em at the back of the pack. Heinrich held him beautifully swayed. Storer now rolls into 3rd. Almost into 3rd, we should say. Broom. He's got to be very careful because Storer is menacing. We got one around the top. Someone is being brave. That is the Cook entry, car number 36. Ash Cook stepping up to the plate. Sitting position number 5 at the moment is Ash Cook. Make that 6th. Trying to get on the top of the racetrack. Racing alongside Luke Wheel. So Broom just up down the road a little bit, sits 3rd. McDonald, our leader at the moment, Heinrich on the front straight with 20, make that 19 to run. As we go, caution on the racetrack, one into the concrete. I think you'll find that with the Armistead entry, who's brought on the caution, Lee Armistead. In the AX, or the VX38 will bring on the caution. Lee parked against the concrete. He wanted to go out to the Gambia Earth Mover sign. To resume. Wheel and Storer, they're going to size up the rear tail of Broom. Front straight. Heinrich and McDonald, they go to work. All trying to protect their spots. One around the top. That'll be the Halesworth entry. Hales throwing the Hail Mary. Back straight, we travel. We're still 19 to run. Joel Heinrich, Michael McDonald, Mitchell Broom. Now sits back in 4th. Luke Wheel. Broom goes back a spot. In fact, he's gone back 2 spots. He now sits 5th. That's what happens. You step off the groove. 18 to run. Still a long way in this race. We're still 17.5 from home. Anything can happen in this motor race. Heinrich McDonald watching deep in the pack. Wren trying to find his way back in the 19. One of those ones that were involved in a spin earlier. As we say that, we're rolling through turn 4. Our leaders, Storer, can't get on the inside of Wheel. McDonald. What's he got in the tank? Has he got any in reserve? As we get closer and closer, we say one around. That's Cook. Just looked up to see the car going around. Car 36, the Victoria 36 of Ash Cook. Brings on the caution. There's another one tangled up with him. So with the demise, of course, of the Cook and Logue entries, Peter Logue parked on the infield. Lights go out. We're 16 from home. Let's get this in the books. Oh, we watched that third car jump off sequence. That was Wheel. Wheel wanted to go before everyone else did. They all roll through turn one. There's a bit of squabbling going on mid-pack. They all race into turn 3 and 4. 3 wide at the back of the pack. On the front straight we travel. Still Heinrich, your leader, McDonald, Wheel and Storer. Bit of squabbling going on now for second and third. Make that fourth as well now. Chimes in. On the back straight, or front straight we go. Also coming back into this equation is Wren. Trying to get back. All he has to do is pass a couple of those cars and he could be an equation in this. Lot of laps still to run. 13 in fact. Wheel, McDonald, Storer, Broom. So Mutual Broom repaying the crew for all the work that has been done this week. Unfortunately bent the car last week at Murray Bridge. Talking to Mitch earlier, Mitchell said that he had one of those weeks that he basically set the bed up in the shed. That's how much work's been done on this race car to turn it around. This time last week, the car was in ruins. Heinrich and Wheel. So Wheel now coming through to second. McDonald and Storer. We're inside 10 to run. Tonight's A-main of the Summer Slam. Joel Heinrich running away out in front. We're watching third spot at the moment between Storer and McDonald. They're having their own little battle between. That is for third. The final step on the podium. Go back to the next one is Travis Miller. In the 93. Sends it down the back straight. That is position number 5. Mitchell Broom 6th. In car number 35. Still in the top 10. That's a great result. So down the back chute we travel. We're still 6 to go. Tonight's A-main. Now this is going to get a bit interesting. We've got 2 lap cars in front of our leader. They call them a mobile chicane. They both yield. Joel gets off the throttle. You can see the flame belch out the headers, out the exhaust. All he has to do is just keep his head as he winds through the traffic. We're 4 from home. Joel, so Heinrich and Wheel, McDonald, Storer, Miller and Broom. Your top 6. As we watch our leader, we're still 3 from home. Tonight's A-main. Our leader just down the highway. It's not over yet. We're still 2 to run. So Heinrich, still your leader. Wheel and McDonald. Watching back in the pack, bit of squabbling going on between the Wren Diesel and also the 14 entry. That's the Victorian 14 of Glenn Watts. White flag out, Joel Heinrich, Luke Wheel, McDonald, Storer, Travis Miller, Mitchell Broom. Checker flag to come out. How about a man? Get put your hands together for Joel Heinrich. Luke Wheel takes home second. Michael McDonald, Luke Storer, Travis Miller, Mitchell Broom, Glenn Watts, Sam Wren, Ash Cook, Chris Halesworth, Marlon Walsh, Rory Button, Aidan Robertson, Lee Armistead, Peter Logue, Jeremy Bettison, all on the infield. How about it one more time, Matt Gambit, for car number 16 of Joel Heinrich. Takes the win tonight for round 1 of the Summer Slam. Luke Wheel hangs on for second. Michael McDonald takes the final step on the podium. Luke Storer rounds out your 4.